Often what we see is that a division opponent who you play 2 times a year becomes a marquee rival. Which team was that for you?
There was already a very long and storied history between the two franchises. And then things escalated, simply because of modern technology. The first thing that came up during media availability that week was the back and forth on social media. It seemed as if I had entered into the league's most talked about rivalry overnight. I didn't want to make this a bigger deal than it already was. At the end of the day, the only thing that mattered was my team coming out with a win on Sunday.
Today, from AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, it's Week 3 of the NFL on EA Sports. Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys taking on Dwayne Haskins and the Washington football team.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State in the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Washington football team and the Dallas Cowboys. Hello again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gautin, joined as always by Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at this Cowboy team entering play. It's an early test here after 2 losses to start the season, and a game they probably really need.
Obviously, no way do they want to get to 0-3. Not many teams make the playoffs with that kind of a start.
Meanwhile, for visiting Washington, they were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that 2nd win in a row.
The first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's 2nd down. The numbers for Zeke from last week: 20 carries, 71 yards.
And I'm eager to see how they deploy him in this game. Last week, a heavy workload. Do they decide to bring that down a little bit and try and keep him fresh? Or do they say, guess what? He's locked in. Keep handing him the football.
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
They'll try and run for him with Elliott. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. Just enough to get the first down there with a 1-yard pickup. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. His throw incomplete.
Prescott.
Amari Cooper, the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
35-yard line.
Here's Prescott. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Ryan Kerrigan in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint as that is sack number 100 in what has certainly been a terrific career to this point. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Prescott from the gun. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. This is taken at the 23. So a solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Haskins and the Washington offense going to come up here 1st and 10 at their own 37. He'll throw from the gun. He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
Number 7.
And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
The Washington 1st down.
Well, Charles, it's always contentious division rivalry. I'd say even a little spicier than we're used to. The well-documented war of words on social media between 2 of the top players on these teams, that has really added a layer of intrigue.
Well, we've never turned down a little extra zest to a game, have we? But you're absolutely right. The social media beef between these 2 stars, in a lot of ways, ridiculous, maybe even a little bit childish as most people would look at it. But it's also made this game one of the most talked about regular season matchups that you and I can remember. So I don't know that we're complaining. I know we also can't wait to see how it plays out on the field. And that's the thing to remember here. The one with the bragging rights will not be who gets the most likes or dislikes or whatever you want to put on social media, because I'm not as versed on it as I should be. But it really comes down to who wins the game today.
From the 36, Haskins. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 13-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there.
Washington.
So as we continue to get settled in here, this is obviously division rivalry, and well, all the coaches and players say it's just another game. Charles, you and I know that that's not really the case. How important is it for them to maintain their composure in this one?
Well, it's extremely important, and I think you really nailed it, because in a division game, everything is heightened, okay? So that natural intensity you have to play each and every week, it takes out a little extra when you go up against a division rival. So now, as you pointed out, you've got to make sure you...
And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. From 13 yards out. And Washington has taken a first-quarter lead. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
It's good, and Washington will take a 7-0 lead. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it was polished off by a Washington touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken in the end zone. Pollard elects to keep it, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25.
Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys, and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
Prescott with the give to...
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Tackle made.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
An extra man in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Johnson's got it complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
A short game that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And that is very well done there as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line. They decide against going for it on 4th and 1, maybe to the dismay of their offense, but hey, a nice consolation prize down inside the 5.
Nice consolation prize indeed. So maybe the offense is upset, but they showed confidence in their defense by punting it away.
Now Haskins on 1st down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. How about the first quarter he's putting together out wide? Pretty impressive.
I think that he likes the fact that we're playing this as a day game. You know, some guys, they respond better in the evenings. For some reason, it builds up. For this guy, day game, and he is off and running. You're exactly right. 100 might be conservative with the start that he's had here in the first quarter.
Yeah, by the numbers, he's on pace for 200+ right now. Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams.
Jamal Williams.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
On the tackle.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
2nd and 5 at the 29-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. From the gun, it's Haskins. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Out of the shotgun, Haskins. Jordan Reed has it. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a 1st down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
A couple of 1st downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. Here's Haskins out of the gun. He's going to fire one deep. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
Complete to
a very nice pickup of 33 yards.
On the play.
How about this first quarter for them throwing the football?
This defense has 0 answers for what they've seen so far with the ball in the air. I'm not sure how they're going to change things around, but offensively, I keep attacking. I keep throwing the football until they make me change.
First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Now a handoff. Here's Williams. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Taken down.
Tackle there by Leighton Vander Esch.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
2nd down, Haskins. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. He had the touchdown on the opening drive. Now he's got a 1st down.
At the 1-yard line.
Well, it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. Here's Haskins to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
And he fights his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Jamal Williams, his first touchdown of the new season. And Washington is able to stretch their lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
And it's good to make it 14-0. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it was Jamal Williams who ended things with a touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded in the end zone. Pollard elects to keep it, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Dallas offense now, heading back out onto the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
Number 21.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Now they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Got an open man, it's Michael Gallup. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
At the 38.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Pass on target. Prescott to Cooper. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. 11 more on that one and another first down. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. Sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
Dak dropping this one off for Zeke. It's a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd and 12. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming.
All right, Brad, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
An extra man here in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down. Prescott. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 9-yard line. 32-yard line.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
Carried by Elliott. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. Steps away to his left. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. Dak Prescott with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Cowboys have cut it to within a score. And maybe the defense got so caught up in him throwing the football, they forgot he can take off too.
And you often hear about the quarterback being the unaccounted for guy as a runner. Well, even on the passing play, he's unaccounted for as a runner, and he turned it into a nice game.
A very nice run, and it turns into 6 points. And that one makes it 14-7. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And the finishing touch was that nice long run into the end zone. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Washington takes over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Now we get another look at Washington on offense. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Haskins and the Washington offense going to come up here 1st and 10 at their own 24. They'll hand this to Williams to start things out. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
Jamal Williams, the ball carrier.
And the Cowboys here on third down, bringing in an extra defensive back.
Gain on the play. And it's
Operating from the gun, Haskins. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
Number 7. A gain of
Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. On first down, it's Haskins. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this one is incomplete.
Similar to a shooter in basketball who just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 32-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. They'll hand it off now, Williams. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
The ball carrier. He's brought down at the 31.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
It was Washington 14. Cowboys 7.
On 2nd and 9, Haskins. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 12-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
First down.
So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Ball carrier.
From the 4, it's 2nd and a couple. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
Ball carrier.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington.
Pass. Complete.
From 3 yards out. And Washington going to add on to their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
And he's got it up and through. A 10-play drive that time. And the result, a touchdown for Washington. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taken in the end zone. Pollard elects to keep it, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25.
Zeke and the Cowboys ready to begin their next drive. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
What we got? 59, Mark, 59. What do you think? 59, what do you think? Mike's 59. Mike's 59. What do you think?
Now Prescott. Space to maneuver at the 40. Looking for Cooper. That's complete. And gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. So Amari Cooper out of Northwestern High School in Miami making a nice play there.
And it's so funny that when I was going through the draft process when he came out of Alabama and was inquiring about him and his skills, they say it all began back in Miami. He really became a pro receiver at a young age because of his attention to detail and precision. But don't forget his athletic ability. That's what made that catch there.
He did spend 1 year with Teddy Bridgewater as his quarterback there, so that helped back in high school. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. 10th carry now for Elliott. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
On 2nd and 11 now. Prescott. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Looking to throw. Prescott. Able to hit his target, Lamb. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
If this were baseball, we'd call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the 1st down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line.
Their own 4-yard line.
They decide against going for it on 4th and 1, maybe to the dismay of their offense, but hey, a nice consolation prize down inside the 5.
Nice consolation prize indeed. So maybe the offense is upset, but they showed confidence in their defense by punting it away.
And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. That'll go for a gain of 13, helping big time to get away from that end zone. 1st down. Talk about a big first half. Already has the 2 touchdowns, adding to his receiving total there and picking up the 1st down.
He's coming off the line so fast. I think he's intimidating the defensive backs with his explosiveness, and he's chipping away at their confidence.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Mills. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
Haskins pass.
That was just one of those interceptions from our perspective here. We got a good view at the 50-yard line mid-level that quarterback and receiver were not on the same page.
Just by his reaction, I'm talking about the quarterback, he expected something different from his receiver, whether he expected him to break in, out, deeper, shorter. They'll determine that on the sideline. But bottom line, you could see that he thought he'd be in a different spot, except the defender was not his intended target.
Check 56. Don't say nothing. Mike 56. 56. Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
On first down, Elliott. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. The tackle by Matthew Ioannidis.
The tackle.
There's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a first down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
So the ball down to the 16 here for first and 10. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13.
Ezekiel Elliott.
Sean Dion Hamilton was there to bring him down defensively.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
On 2nd and 7, Prescott. And this is caught. It's Cooper. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line.
Cowboys.
Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a first down. Now Elliott. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
On the carry.
Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
Elliott again, the ball carrier.
But they're certainly not neglecting their run duties as well as they ate up the blockers in front and allowed the secondary to get home.
Now they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Here's Prescott. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line.
Prescott's pass.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard
A
line.
loss of 4 yards.
That's a nice clip and save sequence there defensively because they did everything as they would have wanted to. They forced the 3rd down, blanketed the field with coverage, nowhere to go with the football, forced the dump off to the back, and even then they closed quickly and got him down behind the line of scrimmage. You name it, they did it well in that last sequence.
A 27-yard attempt.
And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11.
Cowboys 10.
They had it 1st and goal, 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive, but you run out of space to run the deep routes, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. You end up having to take 3 there.
At their own 27.
Here again comes Dwayne Haskins and company. And he's looked pretty good. Does have the 1 interception, but 2 touchdown passes so far. Your analysis?
They'll take the offset. When you're talking about throwing 2 touchdown passes, no one wants to see an interception thrown, but those things happen in the course of a ball game and over the course of a season. But throwing 2 touchdown passes, that's why the team has an advantage. That's what they're looking for more of.
He'll be hoping to make it a 3-to-1 ratio here in the 2nd quarter. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
2nd and 7.
From the gun, Haskins, and this one complete to Reed. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
Off the play fake. Here's Haskins. He's going to fire one deep. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. What a first half this has been offensively. I mean, defensively, what do you do when you're getting torched like this?
Now, these receivers are absolutely wearing them out. So 2 thoughts come to mind. 1, get some oxygen. You can fill up your lungs a little bit. And number 2, talk to your guys up front. You need a pass rush to help slow them down.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now Williams. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21.
He's brought down at the 15.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. On 2nd down at 4, Haskins.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
4 yards to go.
The quick slant caught. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown.
Touchdown, Washington.
A 15-yard touchdown grab. And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further.
The defense is doing their best, but they're struggling right now. They'll look for some help from their own offense to keep them in the game.
Gonzalez to add the PAT.
Extra point.
And the lead is up to 18 now.
He is good.
So the drive there took 6 plays. And it was polished off by a Washington touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is Tony Pollard. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
1st and 10. At their own 34.
Amari Cooper and the Cowboys set to take over once again. He's been good so far to this point in the 2nd quarter. Need to get him even more involved, maybe?
I would agree with that. Definitely. Yeah, it's not even a question for me. The way he's playing, he's doing a nice job. Increase things. More touches, more opportunities. Maybe that can reverse the...
And the Washington pressure gets to him, and he will go down. Off the edge, the sack by Matt Ioannidis.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. That's complete to his tight end, Seals Jones.
Prescott's pass.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Can't get away, and he's taken down. Matt Ioannidis. He's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So possession goes over here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So here is Washington now to take over. They've got the lead right now in this ball game, and they're on the heels of that nice win last week over the Packers. Haskins and the Washington offense going to come up here 1st and 10 at their own 26. Hands it off out of the gun. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job.
Looking for his tight end read, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
Twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Elliott. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Only a yard there, sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up 3rd.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Prescott from the gun. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
And again, it's Prescott. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. And now 3rd and goal following incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Prescott yet again. Strong coverage by Washington, and now 4th down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Washington 28, Cowboys 13.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
The end result, 21 yards.
And to Washington.
Operating from the gun, Haskins. Yet again, Haskins is intercepted. 3rd time. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs.
Trayvon Diggs.
So first thing that crosses my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
Amari Cooper and the rest of the offense heading back out there now. He'll try to generate some more steam on offense down on the scoreboard second quarter. Not necessarily his fault, but he's always a guy they want to get extra involved.
Keep finding ways for him to get the football. Keep force feeding him in that way. Get to the half. Kind of reboot. Start over again to try and erase the other things that have them down on the scoreboard.
They'll be looking for a little more juice here in the second quarter before they do hit that halftime locker room. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. To try again after the sack. Prescott. He'll find his tight end, Seals Jones. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal.
A 25-yard attempt.
Bailey's kick is good. And they're hanging around here as the lead's down to 12.
Washington 28, Cowboys 16.
So a late turnover leads to a quick drive, and in turn that quick drive leads to 3 points.
So someone makes a mistake, but how about the other side learning from that mistake, taking care of the ball, and making sure they put some points on the board? Well done.
So we come upon halftime in what's a 12-point game at the break. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, time for a trip around the league on this final weekend of September. We'll start over at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa. And it's the Buccaneers who are out in front in the second quarter. Tom Brady, sharp as ever. He's got 2 touchdown passes. From there, let's head up to Baltimore to check in on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And they've got the lead in their ball game over the visiting Cincinnati Bengals. Lamar Jackson has thrown a touchdown pass. Lastly, let's get to Pittsburgh. Check on the Steelers at home at Heinz Field. And they've gone to the half in that ball game with the visiting Browns out on top. Odell Beckham, 2 touchdown catches in that first half alone. In our game, it was Dwayne Haskins with a strong first half. He's over 300 yards passing already. How high can he go? To find out, let's kick it back over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Washington will take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Here again comes Dwayne Haskins and company. And it was somewhat of a strange first half. He threw 3 interceptions, yet you look at the scoreboard, they've got the lead.
So you know what I think he did at the half? He stood up in front of the team, especially in front of the defense, and said, thank you. Appreciate what you've done. You guys have picked me up in a big way. And guess what? I'm going to get back to being who I am, which is pretty darn good. Let's go play the second half.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20.
Washington.
And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Williams. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
He's going to rifle one deep left side, and that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
And now offensively, it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now, the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 35. The 21 yards there as they convert on third. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
From the 31, Haskins, and that's complete. It's Sims. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 19. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. From 19 yards away. And Washington is able to stretch their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me, and they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely, you also drain clock too with a drive like that, so you really give yourself an advantage.
And his kick is good. So this drive spans 7 plays, and the result, a touchdown for Washington. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded in the end zone. Pollard elects to keep it, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Down by Reuben Foster.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 28-yard line.
Now Prescott. And that's Elliott, complete. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
He can run for it, and he will. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
That's good for a Cowboys.
Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. To throw is Prescott. That one complete to Elliott. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Mike is 59.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Oh, Prescott stripped. And does Washington have it? They do.
Jonathan Allen. Dwayne Haskins sacked.
Every week we hear talk about create turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack of a quarterback in the pocket. Now, if you come to the sidelines and you didn't knock the ball free, your coaches are upset with you. All right, so if you're a quarterback, it starts all the way back in the youth leagues. Take care of the ball, take care of the ball, take care of the ball, because here come the defenders.
On 1st down, Gibson. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
Antonio Gibson.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10.
It's a gain of
His big game continues. Already has the 3 touchdown grabs, tacking on some more yardage and a 1st down.
And how precise has his route running been in this game? We just saw him get open yet again, and he's also made adjustments as the defense has tried to really stop him.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They'll run it with Williams. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. They're looking at a 2nd and 8 now from the 10. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. From 10 yards out. And Washington going to add on to their lead.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor in effect.
Gonzalez now to add the extra point. And that will bump the lead up to 26. So that drive, 4 plays. And it was polished off by a Washington touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taken in the end zone. Pollard elects to keep it, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard
So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
You know, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
No gain on the
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your line linebackers set the edge.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Prescott down. Throw left side complete. That's Elliott. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Exit. Like 56.
Prescott to throw it. Connects here with a tight end, Blake Jarwin. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
On the pickup.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
That's good for a Cowboy.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10.
4 down, even.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 12 more yards there and another 1st down. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Elliott, and he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line.
Prescott with the
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
tackled at the 27.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
He was trying to get it to Ezekiel Elliott, and now it's 3rd down.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive.
You must be getting tired of seeing me. Mike's 59.
Throwing, Prescott. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
42. Cowboys 19.
Another 3 on the board. He's been the lone bright spot. That's now 4 field goals.
If this offense had finished a few drives, we'd be looking at a different complexion to this ball game, because right now, the trade is really wrong for them, isn't it? They're trading field goals while the other team's scoring touchdowns. That's not going to work.
Takes over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. There have been no struggles here for this crew. I mean, they were up double digits at halftime, and they've just expanded that here in the 2nd half.
And it appears there are no answers from the defensive side. I think right now, if I'm the coordinator, if I'm down on the field, if I'm wearing a hat, I've already thrown it. If it's a visor, it's sailed, right? My game plan is down by my feet right now because nothing I've drawn up appears to be working.
Well, he's going to have to find something right now to stop this offense.
Washington
And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Everyone dialed in. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 10 yards there, good for a Washington first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
They go play action now. Haskins. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Terry McLaurin, his second touchdown on the season. And this offense continues to pour it on.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded in the end zone. Pollard elects to keep it, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side, because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
At the 29-yard line.
Again, it's Elliott. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
That's good for a Cowboy.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Prescott. That's caught over the middle by Seals-Jones. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down.
But maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. But a nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
And he'll get 3 up to midfield.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Now Prescott. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
The 25-yard line.
From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line.
That's good for a Cowboys.
3 quarters in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Arlington. It's the Cowboys in possession of the football, but they trail here as we begin the 4th quarter of play. First down, Prescott. Throw right side, going to be caught by Seals-Jones. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. Able to fight through 1 tackle. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up 1st and goal.
The running game's played a huge part in getting him down to this point on the field. I say stay with him. Keep pounding the football. Keep driving. Keep grinding.
Yeah, even down in the red zone, keep going for it.
No doubt about it. Dance with one ball.
And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw him through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. And not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
We got 4.
Prescott on 3rd and goal. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th. Desperation time. Prescott on 4th. And it is incomplete. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And Washington is able to come up with a goal line stand. So a tough pill to swallow there. A would-be touchdown pass in and out of his hands on 4th.
Sometimes it just comes down to execution, doesn't it? Because we're always questioning, should they go for it, should they not? Is it the right play call, is it not? In this situation, everything was right except for the finish. You have to catch the ball and convert.
Now Haskins down around his goal line. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
Washington on 3rd down. Can't be any better than a perfect 6 for 6. This time it's 3rd and 3. He's going to fire one deep. Middle. He's got a man. Complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Well, they only needed a small gain on 3rd down. They end up getting over 30 yards. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
So that changes things. Here's 1st and 10 all the way up at the 45. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. And now it looks like we've got a Cowboy shaken up down there on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
Hey, let's get in that hole.
Play action. Haskins. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people are thinking about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Three tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Williams. And down inside the 15 he goes. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Double tight. 4 down.
Williams.
46 is right there. Check in.
And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 11 more yards that go around. A first down as well.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Here we go. Hey, D-line, let's get in there.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And this offense is running away with this one.
Could not block that one any better. Everyone was accounted for, and a great surge by the offensive line.
Gonzalez to add the PAT. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taken in the end zone. Pollard elects to keep it, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard
The Dallas offense back out onto the field. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. From the gun, he'll set up to throw. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
It's a pickup of 6.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
At the 31-yard line.
Prescott from the gun. That's complete to his tight end, Seals Jones. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. He gets this one to Johnson. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
How about a guy proving his worth in different ways? Had a big play in the run game to play before. This time, they go right back to him in the passing game, and he comes through with yet another big play. That's why you work out so hard in the offseason, so you can stay on the field and accumulate big plays.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10, down at the 33. And again, it's Prescott. He'll find his tight end, Seals Jones. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. 2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. Pass on target, Prescott to Cooper. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. So 5 plays on this drive, Charles. All passes, all completions. And just like that, they're in the red zone.
And don't you think the playbook opens up a little bit more now? Because all they've done is throw the football. If you want to run it now, you may very well have them fooled.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Prescott able to hit his target, Lamb. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. And he's got it. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Cowboys are able to make things a bit more respectable.
Well, I do have one word for that touchdown for you, partner. You ready?
Yeah.
Cosmetics.
Just makes things look a little better. I don't know. It's like putting lipstick on a pig.
Yeah, and it's hard to do, too. And the pig doesn't like the lipstick a heck of a lot, but you do like the fact that they're battling down the stretch, still trying to put something on the board, even though this game is over.
By the way, how rude is that to the pig? Look at all the things they give us. Pulled pork, bacon. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it's capped off with a Cowboys touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Washington will take over 1st and 10.
Now we get another look at Washington on offense. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player, broadcaster?
Well, I'm not going to go to the player part because when I think blowout...
Because you won every game as a player.
No. I think about being blown out. And no one wants to go back to those memories. But, you know, when I was calling college football, I saw a game that... a team put 70. I actually saw it happen twice. A team put 70 on their opponent. And in the NFL, in the 2017 season, I saw one of those changing of the guard games where a team that hadn't been very good before now was dominating and kicking around a team who had been ruling their division.
And that's when you earn your paycheck, right?
Yes,
As the analyst, you got to fill that time.
You've got to know what's going on out there and how it all happened.
Well, obviously, that begs the question, what game was it?
That was Seattle hosting Los Angeles, the Rams.
Yeah.
Their second meeting of the season, and the Rams turned it around from their first one and blew out the Seahawks.
They stick to the ground game on 1st down. It's Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington 1st down.
I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
Well, you got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him to the promised land for every runner. 100 yards or more in a game.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
Come on, QB, come on.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
At the 47-yard line.
Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. He'll get only a couple down to the 44.
Jamal Williams, the ball
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, But they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
To Terry McLaurin.
He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
On first down, Williams. A gain of 3, second down.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Washington on third down. They've been automatic. How about 8 for 8 in the game thus far? This is 3rd and 7. His throw caught at about the 5. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people have pointed out to me, this is a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. They'll run it with Williams. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Jamal Williams, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Washington offense just continuing to pour it on. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And it was Jamal Williams who ended things with a touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded in the end zone. Pollard elects to keep it, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Prescott on first down. Now that's Elliott, complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. Another incomplete pass there. What do you take from this game offensively?
Well, you know it's tough to really analyze for them because it is a team game, right? And let's be honest, though. The defense did them no favors in this one at all. Offense actually moved the ball. So, bottom line, film session, defense is going to be a real tough one for them. Offense, they'll get a little bit of praise. And
he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. What a throw right there for the first down. He has taken some real punishment in this game, but still standing in the pocket completing that one.
He's a flat-out warrior. There's no question about that. How about him stepping up into the teeth of the rush and delivering there for that big strike and that big pickup?
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Check 59. Mike, 59.
They'll throw again. Prescott. That one complete. Elliott. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44.
It appears they found something that's working, and they keep going back to it. I guess you can actually say he has the hot hands now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit your guy out of the backfield once, hit him a couple times. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they're onto something.
And I think a lot of that is simply if you get it to him in space, more times than not, he's going to get more yardage than you expect out of each play.
Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down.
Cowboys. First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Prescott now from the 50. This to Jarwin. A gain of 6 there on first.
Complete to Blake Jarwin.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
The 44-yard line.
So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. That one a first down pickup of 8. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. To the air again, Prescott. It's caught, Cooper. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
And 7.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's 4th down.
In a 4th down.
After what they faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, that has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
And that is no good. He gave it a good run. That wasn't more than a foot or so wide to the left. And this score will stay right where it is. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
They'll run on 1st down. Gibson. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll try and run down some clock with Williams. And he's going to get this all the way down to the Cowboys' 8.
Illegal block in the back. Offense. Man, they got to let him play.
Instead of the first, they'll have to go backwards for another 2nd down try.
So if there is a silver lining, though, it stays 2nd down, and they still have an opportunity to pick up a 1st down before they have to start their downs over again.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a 10-yard gain there to set them up 1st and goal. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal.
Today's
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Washington, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they'll get a trip to Vegas next week for a date with the Raiders. Meanwhile, for Dallas, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to KC